listening to the first episode of Bronco Breakdown. I'm Kaitlyn Thomas, and I'm here with Tiya Madhavan.
Hey!
And Alana Hamwi.
Hi! Today we'll be talking about some helpful apps for school that no one talks about, doing an interview with Barrington High School's Associate Principal, Mr. McFaul, and giving our advice for freshmen for this school year.
So let's start off with our first topic, which is about helpful apps for school that no one tells you about. First off is Exam Countdown Lite. Exam Countdown is a simple countdown, timer, reminder, exam, and test time app for students. It's 5-star rated, and it's helpful for students of all levels. It's almost like a planner. I personally love it. It's really useful for times when teachers have a lot of tests in the same week.
Another app that is super helpful is Simple Habit Meditation. It's a free meditation app that offers 5-minute meditation sessions designed to provide a brief time of relaxation in your demanding schedule. Meditating is a great way to relax after a long day at school, or if you're dealing with stress over assignments or tests. Meditating has so many great benefits, and I would recommend it to anyone.
So the next app we have on our list is actually one that Tiya suggested, Photomath. Photomath is a free app that can read and solve mathematical equations using your iPad camera. Photomath might sound like it's used to cheat, but the app provides a step-by-step guide showing how each of the problems are solved. If used responsibly, this app is extremely helpful. It's also available on Snapchat too.
The next app is My Study Life. So My Study Life is a planner for students that's designed to make your study life easier to manage. My Study Life allows you to store your classes, homework, and exams in the cloud, making it available on any device wherever you are. I used a paper planner throughout freshman year, but it was so heavy and it really weighed down my backpack. My Study Life has all the same benefits as a paper planner, only it doesn't make your shoulders ache.
The next one on our list is really helpful, especially for juniors. This one is called Daily Practice SAT. This app makes SAT practice part of your daily routine. It has hundreds of new official questions and will help you get ready for the SAT whenever and wherever you choose for free. This app is incredibly helpful and is a great way to get some extra practice in. The best part is it's free, which is a great alternative to SAT tutors because they are super expensive.
So those were 5 helpful apps that no one tells you about. I especially like the My Study Life app because it's a different way to keep track of your work. Next, we will be moving on to our interview with Mr. McFaul.
So right now, we're with Mr. McFaul, one of our associate principals at BHS. So to start off, what is your job as the associate principal of Barrington High School?
Sure, thanks for inviting me. I'm Mr. McFaul. I oversee the student wellness area or division of the high school, which encompasses our guidance counselors, our wellness team, as well as psychs and social workers in our special education area.
Why do you like working at BHS?
I have a great opportunity to just connect with so many unique and fascinating individuals, both from the staff and the students. When I came to Barrington High School, this is my 5th year, just finishing my 5th year. And every year has offered me an opportunity to do something new and different. But I'd say the favorite part of my position is just the close relationships I get to build with students through clubs and activities, and through our wellness office, and just connecting with them on social emotional learning and exciting new endeavors that they're interested in pursuing.
Yeah. So what is your favorite event of the school year?
There's so many, but honestly, I'm a sucker for the good old fashioned prom. It's just fun to see students outside of the regular school environment or the regular school activity, all dressed up, a wonderful dinner, a great night of dancing and fun, and it's just a whole different element to the educational year, and it's a nice celebration of how the year has come to an end. So I always like prom, but a close second would probably have to be our homecoming week. There's a lot of fun around homecoming week and Philly football and the Saturday football game, and just kind of some good old fashioned school activity around a homecoming week.
Okay, well, this is my favorite question. What is the weirdest or funniest thing you've experienced in these halls?
Oh, man. Kaitlyn, that's a great question. I will tell you that 2 years ago, every year we have ducks that come into our courtyards. Are you guys aware of that?
No, no.
So every year we have ducks that come into the courtyard. They're protected, they hatch, and so we have anywhere between 6 and 12 ducklings with their mama duck in our courtyard. And 2 years ago, the lady who came to get them out couldn't get them out without actually opening up the doors and walking them through the building. So I have a video of one of our doors getting propped open and a pathway through the building and a mama duck followed by like 8 or 9 ducklings going through the building out into the back door and then over to the Flint Creek. So that's probably the most bizarre thing I've ever been a part of, is helping escort some ducklings through the building. Not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that, I came in for the exact same thing, but the lady was able to collect them and actually walk them out. But we had 6 ducklings and a mom that made their way out of the building just this last Saturday.
Wow.
So what advice do you have for freshmen this year?
It's the same advice I'd have for freshmen any year, and that's to get involved. I know it's somewhat cliche to say that. We always say get involved, but statistics would actually support that. The data that we would run in the school shows that students that are involved with a club or a sport or activity have better GPAs, have better attendance rates, and are doing well more socially and emotionally than those who aren't. So it's that involvement piece that makes this school feel a little bit more of a home. You have another group of friends that you may have not known before. So you're branching out, you're growing as a young adult. You're getting involved with things that are important to you and that are of interest to you. And suddenly this building of 3,000 doesn't seem so overwhelming. You've got to know maybe a different teacher than you normally have in your classroom, who's now your club sponsor or your coach. You've got to know some upperclassmen who might be part of your club. And I think that natural connection to the school and through clubs and sports and activities helps you feel a little bit more at home in such a large environment. So for freshmen, it's just that involvement piece. And I know we say that kind of year after year after year, but I really, really do believe in that. Get involved, get involved, get involved.
That's some really great advice. What advice do you have for other years, like sophomores, juniors, or seniors?
Stay involved, stay involved, stay involved. The friendships that I can look back upon from my high school years are the ones that I really formed and formulated on a basketball court or through clubs that I was involved with. That's where those relationships and that important piece of the high school experience really comes into play. Aside from the involvement part, for every level, especially our upperclassmen, sophomores through seniors, I have this feeling that a lot of students are afraid to ask for help, whether that's in the academic world or just how they're feeling or dealing with stress or anxiety, whatever that might be. But there's this stigma attached to going to a wellness office, or a stigma attached to, asking for help with your math class. But I really wish we could break that barrier down, and that more students would be willing to go into an office and say, hey, I need some tutoring help. I need some help on how to figure out this calculus problem or these math problems. There's nothing wrong with that. We have so many people here willing to help, but I wish we had more people willing to ask for that help too.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast with us today.
You are more than welcome. It's my pleasure to be part of the podcast.
This episode is not over though, so stick around to hear our advice for freshmen this year, just after completing it last year. So all 3 of us are sophomores this year, which means we have just completed freshman year, and we have some advice for the freshmen listening. Tiya, do you want to start?
Sure. So I'm going to start off and tell you something I think is very true, and tell you that no one really cares if you trip in the hallways or embarrass yourself in class. High school isn't like High School Musical, where everything in the school revolves around you. So therefore, you should never allow yourself to give up when things don't turn out the way you expect them to. With the support of your family and friends, high school should really be a fun experience.
I totally agree with that. There's no need to make a big deal about the little things, and honestly, everyone is confused and a little lost on their first few days, so it's always okay to ask for help when finding your way around. My advice for freshmen would be to stay on top of your assignments because they can pile up quickly if you get off track. Also, remember to ask your teachers for help if you don't understand something in class. It's completely okay. That's what the teachers are there for, and overall, if you go to school with a positive attitude every day, you'll be all right.
My advice is kind of similar. Make sure to stay on top of your work and surround yourself with good influences. Pay attention in class and don't rely on last-minute studying to support you. Try to get involved in different clubs, sports, and events because you could always find something you enjoy for the long term. Always remember, high school is the time to try new things, so don't be worried if you don't know exactly what you want to do. Don't worry about what other people think of you because it's just a big waste of time. Remember, it's okay to do things by yourself, and in general, make sure you have a really fun time because it goes by really fast. Also, enjoy Bill Nye while you can. That is all of us. So this concludes the first episode of Bronco Breakdown, the official Barrington High School podcast.
We hope you enjoyed, and please come back to listen to new episodes twice a month on Mondays.
See you guys next time. Bye.